her attitude changed quick.
Hollywood fans, this is for you right here. What the hell are you doing in Hollywood? I gotta watch them highlights because 70 points.
The undisputed champion of Black Wrestling Podcasting, the Hard R. Woo!
Hard R Wrestling Podcast.
Acknowledge me if you smell
What the Hard R Wrestling Podcast
is cooking.
and now it's time.
Yeah. Welcome to the Hard R Wrestling Podcast. There's Hollywood.
Jesus.
There's D-Lo, aka When It Comes Crashing Down and It Hurts. Ladies and gentlemen, we are the Hard R Wrestling Podcast.
Franchise. You gonna mention franchise?
I thought I mentioned him first.
It's all right.
I'm sorry. You know what? Just for that, boom, you number one. There you go, buddy. Welcome to the Hard R Wrestling Podcast. We are your people, your dirty uncles that shouldn't be out in public, but we are. And and let me tell you something, brother. Usher.
Let me tell you something, brother.
Before we get started, real quick. A lot of y'all been besmirching. Besmirching, is that the word?
Besmirching.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh
My man
gosh.
Usher.
It's gonna be a long
Saying
show.
that he doesn't have the hits to perform a
Who the
Super
fuck
Bowl.
said that?
No,
Paul.
These young
No.
motherfuckers. These young
Who
motherfuckers
the fuck
on
said
Twitter.
that?
So why are you even mentioning the
Don't
young
even break-
ignorant?
You look, man. You
Look,
can't
we didn't have
say
this.
that. We
argued
had this conversation
Yeah.
like I think like the third or fourth, fifth episode, like early on. But this is
Yeah,
the
we
dark
talked about the
dark days before
yeah.
D-Lo and stuff
The
like
dark
that.
days.
Not the dark,
Dark
days.
days.
We ain't
before
gonna talk
D-Lo.
about that because
But all I'm
I sent
saying,
the text.
yeah, we talked about that. We talked about that crap, and I mean, anybody that says that Usher Raymond does not have
Ridiculous.
any hits that could do the Super Bowl have lost their fucking mind. My man been doing it since what 95.
I mean, first of all, they shouldn't even be allowed to talk music if they say that.
Well, number one, we're old enough to remember when Usher was fat. When he was like 17 years old, when he was fat.
Like, what?
When he was
Yeah.
like
He had a
fat
chubby
Usher.
face because he was.
So
like,
no, he was fat, and he had he wasn't all
wasn't
the things
fat.
I think of you.
Yeah.
That's so he had the Lakers jersey on, and then he, he started working out, eating his, saying his prayers, eating his vitamins, and
having
what I'm
parties
saying?
with Puff Daddy.
Having parties with Puff Daddy. He came back out with the My Way album, and that's when he really blew up.
At listening parties like this.
Oh shit!
So he had a 3-album stretch
Mhm.
of classics basically with My Way. What's the one with his birthday?
8701.
8701.
And then
And
Confessions.
His
Good
thriller.
God.
His thriller.
I think
Confessions.
we'll say his thriller, yeah.
Yeah, his
I think
thriller.
Off the Wall is better than that. But anyway,
No, we'll call 8701 Off the Wall, and we'll call Confessions the thriller.
I can rock with that or whatever. But Confessions was the one that kind of like it was like, oh snap,
It like put him in a
It put him in a
where
different
Beyonce
strategy.
is now. Yeah,
right. And I mean, then he's came out with some decent albums, but he not full blown albums
No
like
one
the
talk
other ones
about
could
them.
play. But
Yeah.
he's had like hit songs on all these albums. So people who say that absolutely know nothing about music and their thing. Like when I got the announcement, before the announcement even came out, I told somebody, it was like, hey man, somebody asked me like, who do you think is going to do halftime for the Super Bowl? I said it's going to be either one or two people. He was like, I said it's going to either be Usher or Taylor Swift.
And it's long overdue for Usher.
Right. I
said
said
Ben had it.
Long
Ben
overdue.
had it. If fucking Rihanna can have it,
Long overdue.
whoa,
Come on.
Whoa.
What?
Let's slow
I
down.
mean, Rihanna got a lot of hits, man. So
Yeah,
you can't
but,
say nothing about
her
Rihanna.
But, yeah.
performance- I mean, she had a issue.
She was pregnant,
she was
man.
Pregnant. Yeah, it wasn't.
She wasn't pregnant when they booked her.
An issue? Her
an
being
issue.
pregnant is an issue? What the?
She had a little bit of a
dude,
situation.
ASAP ain't shoot the club up until after they booked her for the Super Bowl, man. Come on, man.
No, she was pregnant then. I think she was pregnant.
No,
the last Super Bowl.
Well,
that's why she couldn't move.
No, I'm talking about when they booked her to perform. She wasn't pregnant then.
Yeah.
She didn't get her club shot up to afterwards, so that was unpredictable that she was gonna show up at the Super Bowl pregnant, yo.
Yeah. But I thought it was gonna either be between Usher and Taylor Swift. Simple as that. And I'm not a Taylor Swift fan.
Come on. Man.
But I mean, she's like one of the biggest.
She's big, and this year is like her fucking year, like or whatever.
Honestly, I think the only reason that Usher, other than him fucking, being fucking Usher, like I think what helped him was like definitely like the residency, like his little his resurgence in the last year, his Tiny Desk, you know what I'm saying? Like everything that he's done recently has been successful and
his Menace to Society with Keke Palmer.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too.
That put him over the edge. That put him over the edge. Mr. Steal Your Girl. Mr. Steal Your Girl.
With that, and then too, I think like last month, Taylor somebody asked her about Super Bowl, and she was like, "Nah, she don't want to do. If she do it, she doesn't want to do it yet, or whatever." That's what she said, or whatever. And once that kind of happened, I said, it's gonna probably be Usher.
Let me say something. And I'm gonna revisit back to the earlier days. These new young millennial punks, they're millennials. They're fucking so disrespectful. Like us being younger. You gonna let him
talk about you like that?
Us being younger, like we understood, the legacies that came before the people that we like. You know what I'm saying? We didn't disrespect the older people. We because a lot of the stuff we listened to was sampled by, like it sampled like older stuff, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like if you brought up somebody, Luther Vandross, or like anybody. I mean, Luther was still good in our time, but Marvin Gaye, like you could say older people like that. We never disrespected them, because we knew our favorites came from these people. But now these millennials, Chris Brown. They act like Chris Brown. Nobody ever existed before Chris Brown. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't even wait a minute. I wouldn't even put millennials in this. This is more like the zillennials. It's the
okay. Well, yeah. You're right.
It's the generation after that, man.
Yeah. You're right. It's them. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. Definitely.
And they act like nothing ever existed before they showed up.
Right. And that's in everything from music, sports, TV, and everything like and everything like that. And that's like for example, back when I was teaching the year after I taught for two years, if people didn't know that at my old high school, and I mean they was in class and we was talking about I was just teaching a class about like how pop culture has evolved and where it came from and stuff, and like we talked about music at one point, and they said they were saying so. I said, listen, I said one big difference between our hip hop music and y'all hip hop music now is I'm not going to say it all. In my opinion, it all is bad. I said, y'all have some bad stuff out here. I said, y'all some good. I said, but one thing that is different is I said, we have people, it was a variety, and you had guys who didn't sound alike. I said, a lot of y'all guys y'all like all sound like each other. My man came out and said, Mr. Buddy, we ain't trying to hear that. You like that old man rap. I said, what? That's all I like.
That's literally how every generation thinks about it. But I mean,
no, our generation won't like that.
We won't like that with we won't like that with dealing with like cool.
We weren't trying to listen to Gladys Knight.
It don't matter if we were trying to listen to it, but we respected it.
I did, man. I guess I was because I grew up in the house where we would listen to everything. I would listen to fucking jazz records from them and stuff like that.
One thing I don't like about music is, especially like radio, what's played on the radio, is there is no variety. It's if you're on an urban station, it's all hip hop from sun up to sundown. except for the Quiet Storm. There's no mixture at all.
Quiet Storm.
But for real, they don't even have quiet. But for real, they really don't even have Quiet Storms no more.
That's
That's
sad.
what I'm saying.
That's
It's a
just
Quiet
sad.
Storm.
That's just
when
sad.
no, I'm dead, like dead ass.
I mean, I guess
like,
you don't need it. You could just make your own shit. But I mean, like it's the radio. I mean, I don't know. It's like not good R&B music. R&B music that is popular. That's
I will
pop culture,
tell you,
that's not attached to Beyonce.
I will say this: the best place to listen to
And Chris Brown,
hip hop and R&B on one channel, and you getting a good mixture, is basically satellite radio. Satellite radio is like, and you find one of those channels or whatever, and like, you know, that's like really the best place to get that. Other than that,
Pandora.
or else your own mix, but because other than that, radio, you know, me being in the business is like that with like in media and stuff like that. Radio has changed so much and stuff like that. Like you know, like for I don't know about you, D-Lo, but for you know, saying us here growing up back home in 757, the station to listen to was 103 Jams. Your place for R&B and hip hop. I mean, that's what you
Maryland
got.
is 93 point, 93,
You know what I'm saying?
95,
95.5. Yeah.
Which one is W8 which one is Howard station?
Oh, that's 90.
93.
No,
is it 93.9? No,
I think
no,
I don't.
it's
Whatever.
not that one. It's
Well,
like
they're the station that were they created the Quiet Storm. They have the original. They were the original. Yeah, they were the original.
They brag about
Quiet.
I mean, not brag about, but you know, they big
like
up,
that's
did
the thing.
yeah.
You know, what I'm saying the station, the original Quiet Storm. They're the ones that created the. You know, at 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock. You know, what I'm saying they switch over to the smooth stuff, and then other stations started picking that up. They don't even do that on 103 Jams no more. That jack is just straight up.
They don't even play go-go music here. Like that's one thing when I was younger, when I was
they don't play it up there.
Not for
like
real.
that.
They'll
Not
have
for
an
real.
hour on Saturday when nobody's listening.
Yeah, because they used to play that up there all the time.
Yeah, I used to not even like go-go music because every time they play go-go music in Norfolk State, somebody get into a fight, and it was shut it down.
But I remember
I got an appreciation when I moved up here, but it just went away, and they
like I
the same sounding hip hop music from sun up to sundown.
Like I remember it back when we was in high school. Like you know they had certain show. Like if y'all remember, you know, saying shout out the former chorus director at Norcom, Terry Butler. You know, saying DJ Terry Butler. He was our chorus director at Norcom, but on the weekends, like I think Saturday nights, he had a show called Meet Me at the Go-Go. Even though he was from Norfolk, Terry Butler's really from Norfolk. My man like go-go music, and he had like a 2-hour set he would do like every Saturday night where he would playing like you know all the go
3 in the morning, the
right. You know, we was hearing all
in the morning. You can hear him scream the shout.
Shit, Norfolk State. You know, rest in peace, Chuck Brown. He came every year at Norfolk State before. You know what I'm saying? So we know about it. But yeah, it's true that you don't really get a lot of. It's not
variety.
You don't really think that you like moving up here. I'm thinking, yo, I'm here like go all over the place and everything. No, like most places you get like a.
I mean, you hear
like
it in the street. You know, you hear it out. You know what I'm saying?
And they, like at parties and clubs and shit like that. Yeah,
but it's you know,
it ain't like that.
I'm not a fan. I don't like that. I like variety. You know. Well, speaking of variety, speaking of people getting fucking fired, there was a Black Friday, Black Tuesday.
Man,
I don't know what you call it. Bloody Thursday.
This has just been a spicy week. This has been a spicy 2 weeks of wrestling.
Ooh, yes. Like the week before last, WWE fired a bunch of, you know, like admins and shit, including Ultimate Warrior's wife, by the way.
Yeah, Dana Warrior.
I'll leave that there. I don't know. Maybe she's really good at. I don't know. What do you think she was doing? Like,
what you mean?
PowerPoints? Like, I mean, she
actually not doing enough. Not doing enough.
Well, what she was in charge of, I think she was like doing like outreach. I think she was doing like outreach type stuff.
To MAGA.
You know,
she won't reach it enough.
She needs to reach some more.
I'm trying to listen, man. I'm trying to be damn mature.
Is hiring.
I'm trying to be mature. No, like I know she was doing. I don't think
this
she
show?
was. I don't think she was like a full-time employee of WWE. I just think that she was a part, you know, with the Warrior Foundation type stuff. I think it was a part of that was with WWE, and she was kind of over that, considering that was her last name.
Not
I'm gonna
enough
leave it at that.
charitable
That was
donations.
I don't know. Listen, man, I'm just trying to be somewhat respectful.
Her and Vicky
here.
Guerrero should have a staple. I don't know. Well, out of the people that were fired, and it was a vast list.
Look, can we just talk about like the one person that really matters up there, and that's Dolph Ziggler, and even he ain't really done nothing in the like last 5 years. So
he's number one time. I do want to list everybody that got fired.
Right.
Shelton Benjamin.
Shelton.
Rick
too,
Boggs, Aaliyah, Top Dollar,
Flop Dollar,
Michael Cole, Flop Dollar, Michael Cole's favorite wrestler, Madcap Moss.
Oh, he got released too. I guess him and his girlfriend can go somewhere.
I wanted to read the list. Mustafa
I mean,
Ali.
It don't even matter still. Though.
Well, what's crazy about the Mustafa getting cut, fired, or whatever, is that he was like
he's been asking for it.
No, not even that. Like, no, he was set to have a match against Dominic.
Hold on. But won't he supposed to wrestle Wesley for the title, and then they gave it to Dominic too? So they screwed him then.
I don't know. I don't know about that, but I'm just
saying before Dominic got the title, he was supposed to wrestle Wesley for the title, and then Dominic got the title from Wesley, so he didn't get his title shot then either.
I get that, but my thing is they actually had promos, and they actually had it was like
up, leading up to
like the lead up, like when WrestleMania when they used to do the dun, 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 dun.
It's Mustafa Ali. He won't sell no fucking tickets. Bye, bitch. That's what they said.
Wow. Well, I mean,
see you on AEW.
The Mustafa.
I'm just gonna say. I'm just gonna say this about Mustafa
the five
Ali.
of them.
I would say this about Mustafa Ali, and I would leave it alone.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Kofi, thanks you. We all thank you.
Mustafa Ali, I think, is a very good dude and talent-wise in the ring.
Yeah,
he can really go.
Oh yeah.
But his tenure with the WWE has just been filled with
disappointment.
I'm not even gonna say disappointment. It's been filled with right. It's like I'm about to get this, and then something happens. Like
so
a lot of start and stop.
No, not disappointment. It's just a thing of like uncircumstantial.
Regret is something that happened. Regret is something that happened. He never happened. No, man. No. What I'm saying, disappointment is saying like, oh, nigga, you just ain't do your shit. No, what happened? Like injuries. No, not necessarily. Shit. Disappointment is saying, hey, I was almost there. Something happened. Fuck. I'm disappointed that shit didn't happen.
I get it, but I just think because Kofi, because that was supposed to be him.
That's why we say thank you. That's the best thing he ever did was get hurt because he gave us Kofi. Well, so thank you,
Mustafa.
As you get this on the way out.
If you don't put your nasty, dirty old man feet off the goddamn nasty bastard.
I did. Bye, bitch.
Well, Mustafa.
Okay, continue.
I'll continue down the list. I do want to go back to Mustafa.
On some shit right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna let him play with his feet. But also, who got released? Shaky, Debo, one of those Indian guys. I know, Shanky. Yeah, Shanky.
He's still a part of WWE.
I didn't. I had no idea.
He was in NXT. He was in NXT with Jinder Mahal.
Which means he already had one foot out the door anyway. Next.
Mace and Mansoor, who were the models.
Next.
Hey, for real, chill, man. Just chill for a second, man. But chill. Just chill.
He's not wrong about those two.
I get it, but just chill, man.
Well, I do want to talk about that. But Dana Brooke finally, she was fired. I'm gonna be nice. Dana Brooke, she was let go, and Quincy Elliott. And if you guys don't know who Quincy Elliott, he was the super diva, I believe, who was sort of a Goldust.
Well, let me just say this:
the black guy,
the black dude with the big purple.
Just like D'Lo, my sources have told me that I've seen recently.
No, he didn't scoop you. He scooped you.
That Quincy was a real fucking problem backstage.
I bet he was.
No, I mean a problem.
I can't. I'm sorry.
Like a problem, as in like the boys and like girls in the back and shit did not like this motherfucker. Like he was on some like he was taking his character not in that way.
Shit, probably some diva shit.
Right, he was on some like diva shit and everything like that for real. Like he thought he was that motherfucker, and it was rubbing a lot of people the wrong way, even writers and shit. So that's so there's somebody said up there, oh, he won't be missed. It was like they were like somebody that won't be missed. Yeah.
Maybe him and Sonny Kiss can develop some type of partnership
form their own wrestling.
LGBTQW. I mean, it could work. There's a lot of gay wrestlers out there. Yeah. So one thing I did want to mention, because there's another big elephant in the room, two big elephants that were fired, but we'll talk about them a little bit later. But Rick Boggs, Boogs, stated that I'll just quote him. I can say with 100% certainty that the removal of Vince McMahon kills my career. He also says that
his little legs killed his career trying to pick up both Usos at WrestleMania.
Bunch, you are on it, man. Let her read the thing. Let her read the thing, man.
What did Rick do to you? Pretty much everyone in the corporate side of the company agreed about him being ideal WWE superstar due to his size, looking, personality. I mean, okay. Which is why I was always the third party guy doing commercials for Old Spice, Snickers, Mike's Hard Lemonade, and Toyota. However, one person clearly had some weird grudge against me, and everybody's saying that he's talking about Triple H. He wasn't a Triple H guy.
I would
say,
if
that's true.
One thing about certain people, injuries really do kill them. And he was doing good. Yeah, no, he's one of those people.
Yeah.
He was doing great when he was with Nakamura, and McAfee was hyping him up and doing all that. Like, it was great. Then he blows his knee out, and he never found his footing when he came back. So
I think with him, like you said, his height was when he was like the intro man for Nakamura. Mm-hmm. He had a look. He had to look for it, and I think his character just fucking sucked. Seriously, like they could have really done something with his character. The fact that he actually was playing the guitar for that shit and made him like a rocker or some shit, you know what I'm saying? Like a rock and roll dude or whatever, taking it back, bunch. And, you might remember my nigga for WCW, Van Hammer.
Oh, hell yeah.
Van Hammer, that dude who like came out, like he wasn't a great wrestler, but during that time,
you don't have to be though. Yeah,
right. People liked him.
Be a gimmick wrestler,
a gimmick wrestler, something like popular. If he could have been like a badass band member or did some shit, but him coming out wearing that weird ass fucking onesie thing.
One piece, thank you. That singlet. Oh my god,
looking like singlet looked weird. It was like super. It looked very super like pornish on him, and then
he had this porn stash too, didn't he?
Right? Yeah,
he did.
It was just weird. It was just
the presentation was lacking with him.
Right. The presentation was lacking with him. It could have been done. It's been done before. There was a nigga at WCW called Max Payne. He used to come out. He was like a rocker dude. And he came out and he would come out playing his guitar and shit like that, and he doing his thing. But I just think the presentation was just fucked up with him.
But see, that's the thing too. Like, you gotta have a personality, man. He seemed like he ain't got really a personality like that. So people like that, you really got to work with them and get, like the writers really have to take hold of him. Like some people, you can give them direction and then they take it and they run with it and they make it theirs. He ain't going to be that dude that's going to make it his. You got to give him that direction and give him that character so that he can grow into it. You know what I'm saying? And he just...
Yeah. I remember they had some weird...
Yeah,
they had some weird... Yeah, he never really connected. I mean... To me, his personality was, it seemed like they were aiming for like this party guy, like somebody that's weird, like a bro almost, but like real hyper. Mm-hmm. But it just, I mean, one, like I think Hollywood is right. I think that pretty much killed any momentum that he had when he got injured. because he was with Nakamura. They had the new theme song, like and
that screw Nakamura too.
Jazz.
Yeah.
So it was he came to. At that point, he was doing really well. Like he was really probably. I think he was in the lane that he needed to be. Then he got injured, and then the business changed so much. Nakamura, he's like the big show. He's bad. He's good. He's good. So
because
he had nowhere to go.
Because what I would have did if I was creative and writing, all right, this injury happened, cool. Nakamura's gonna do his old thing. We want to set you up, and there's other be like, all right, we're gonna have you come back and we're gonna repackage your ass. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I would have repackaged them into like a hardcore rocker, like rocker type dude with a guitar, and he could come out playing his own theme music and shit like that, and doing it like that. That's just me, but whatever.
And speaking of Nakamura, this is the best thing that Nakamura has done since he ain't had like back then. So.
Lucky dude, Shinsuke is giving it to you.
Is he making him suck? What the fuck is that?
Why am I not surprised?
Not tonight. That's the little things in life for me.
Raise your hand if you're surprised that Bunch is like really excited about that.
I so sorry I can't take your time. Not tonight.
What's up, Jason? Who else?
Well, Nakamura is definitely over with Hollywood. So I wanted to talk about, one of the top guys that was cut, that wasn't Riddle, which is Dolph Ziggler. He hasn't been doing anything for a very long time. He hasn't been relevant for a very long time. He's been very stagnant. He just seems to be, for the last couple of years, collecting a check. Yeah. I don't blame him at all because they just use him horribly. He got over organically by himself. He probably had one of the, in relative modern eras, in the last couple of years, he had one of the biggest post WrestleMania pops when he won the belt. After WrestleMania, I think he cashed in the Money in the Bank against Alberto Del Rio. One of the biggest pops I remember in a very long time. And they ever since then they have tried their damnedest to either make him quit, make him irrelevant, or I don't know, maybe it's a personality thing, maybe it's a Dolph Ziggler, thing where he just was.
And that was his. And that was
didn't agree with the right people.
Title. That was his second world title run.
Yeah. What was the first one? Because they always said that was his second one. I never.
Right. I remember the first one vaguely. I forgot who he beat, but that was his second one. And I put it like this, from what I hear and what I've seen with Ziggler over his career, what I'm saying, it's the thing is like. Yes, he's over. There were some people in WWE that wanted to push him, but also too, there was one person at the time who was the biggest star in the company who was not who him and didn't really get along that much, and that would be one Jonathan Cena.
Is that because
John
he slept
Cena?
With his
and a lot of that had to do with Nikki Bella type situation because Nikki Bella was with Dolph Ziggler beforehand,
that
and
Bella
then like,
pussy
and then they broke up. They broke up, and then Cena, got with Cena, and then there was an episode of Total Divas where like they was in the back and they were just just talking and chilling because they were just being amicable and stuff, and she was just saying like I don't know why John won't marry me, this and that, and Ziggler says I would have married you type shit. Oh, there you go, right? What I'm saying? There you go, right? There you go, type stuff. Like,
there's your career.
He did it to himself.
And you right, and seen,
well, you know what he should have did. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Tony. You know what he should have did?
Go ahead.
He should have went to Cena and said, since you do all these make-a-wishes, I want to wish you to give me my career back. That's what you should have said.
Wow.
But yeah, Ziggler has been done like dirty. He's been done dirty just about his entire time at WWE. Like there were times where you're like, oh, we got to push him this and that, and they cut it off. And I remember the time when he was like, they did the little thing where they cut his music off and everything. Like there'll be intro, he'll come out, I come to see the world, and he just cut off and he just walked down the ring saying, y'all hate me, this and that. And I remember he had won like the US title, Intercontinental title, and he just set the belt down the ring after he won it and says, I'm out of here. So they made it seem like he went away or something. And then they put him with
Did anything ever come of that?
Drew. The best thing he did over the last 5 years was him when they brought Drew back and he was with Drew. Like that's like the last time he was really relevant.
That he was relevant. Yeah. When Drew came back to the main roster. Yeah.
And that was after he put the belt down and stuff. And then they was like, and then WWE put him in a team with Bobby Roode. That should have fucking worked. I don't know why they didn't push that or whatever.
Because it's a tag team.
Well, that's true too. WWE. Yeah. Vince hate tag team wrestling or whatever.
It was like, okay, both of you are over the age of 40. I gotta bring you up. So
but the whole tag team thing, it's like the only people that they put together like that they actually let have a run for a while was the Bar. They were like the only ones. Everybody else they put together like that, they after a while they just get rid of them. But the Bar was like the only ones they let go for a long time.
And actually, I'm glad you mentioned that. I really like the Drew and Dolph pairing. Like I think that put
Shawn Michaels
Drew exactly where he wanted to. Yeah, I love that pairing.
And then
that was the last time he was relevant.
And then when they put him with Bobby Roode, they was just Ziggler and Roode, and then they gave him the name the Dirty Dogs, which didn't make no fucking sense for them or whatever. Hey, the name was already written for themselves. The Glorious Show-Offs.
I knew you was gonna go there. The
Glorious Show-Offs. It was already Glorious Bobby Roode.
But they have to cater to a 80-year-old man, so Dirty Dogs is more relevant to.
Man, that don't get nobody going.
Dirty Dogs.
Dirty Dog. I got it. You'll be the Dirty Dogs.
Yeah, so I don't know, but yeah, I mean, yeah, it's I feel bad for I feel bad for it because he had. If you look at his resume, it's kind of a Hall of Fame career.
Bro. Yeah, but why are we feeling bad for these people that's getting paid millions of dollars? Like he's fine.
No, I get that. I get that he's fine. He's okay.
But he shouldn't have been at a higher level. He's
right. It's like
at a higher level than
people that it'd be like this. It'd be like this. Like he got into this business to be, what I'm saying? Like I want to be a star. I want to be this, and he's done everything he was supposed to do to be a star. But for whatever reason,
except for flirt with Bella, he shouldn't have done that. But everything else he did. He got over organically. He
I mean,
did his thing in the ring. Like
I think he should have left a long time ago. He could have fucking went to TNA or somebody. Like that's the thing too. Like you see your ceiling when you get to WWE. It's only a certain handful that are going to be stars that are going to be the people that carry
of the company.
Yeah, and you know who you are. Within the first 2 years, you know who you are.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I didn't think he was going to be it because I was like the cheerleader nigga. This is what I'm doing.
But I think that's a testament to his talent. Like he
had
that's what I'm saying. He was in the Spirit Squad. That's right.
Yeah, he was Nicky.
He was the leader.
Nicky. And then when he came back, right? That's what I'm saying. He came back with the blonde hair. I was like, Dolph Ziggler. Who the fuck? I was like, the Spirit Squad, motherfucker. I was like, I don't know about this. But then he kind of pushed through that shit, became Intercontinental Champion. I was like. And then his in-works ring could. You know what else kind of killed him too?
The zigzag.
Not even that.
He's a little guy. He can only do so.
A lot of people tried to, the Shawn Michaels comparisons. That was the one thing. That's one thing too.
But you know what? You know what people say that hurts. But that's the biggest compliment you can get.
Oh, man. Trust me. I get it. I 100% agree. I just think people, the writers and shit back in WWE, just ain't do nothing with that shit or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because I was sold on it. I was like, okay, I
Yeah.
kind of get he's in a Shawn Michaels lane.
The show off, the showstopper.
But I think they think of him like, hopefully they think of LA Knight of being a cheap ripoff of something that they created. So there's going to be a ceiling for Mr. LA Knight, and he may be the new Dolph Ziggler, but with less athletic ability
and older.
And well, be nice
at the time.
By the way, Dolph Ziggler, I heard that it's basically a play on Adolf Hitler. Like he wanted a bad name. That's what I heard. That's what my sources tell me.
I mean, he did make Gunther a Nazi. He did make Gunther a Nazi.
I thought it was a play on.
There's a trend.
I thought it was a play on Dirk Diggler from the movie.
Oh, Dirk. Yeah, that makes
okay. That's what.
Yeah, that's a lot less controversial.
I'll say this: if I'm
not
Dolph,
Adolf Hitler,
if I'm Dolph, what I would do is, and with some of the other people that's been cut or whatever, I'm going to Japan, New Japan. I'm going over to New Japan.
I get the feeling he does not want to wrestle anymore. Like he has done, I think he's been doing stand-up comedy for a while, like a number of years.
But maybe
I feel
he
he wants to go in that lane.
Maybe he does. Maybe he does want to wrestle, and WWE just killed the passion out of him. Yeah. His brother works in AEW, by the way, so he wrestles in AEW. His brother does. He wrestles in AEW.
Damn, your sources are good.
You didn't know that, Jason?
No,
I forgot he has a brother over there.
Yeah, he does. But that's the thing, though. Like, do you really want to go to AEW and be just another WWE guy they brought over? I would go to Impact. Like you said, New Japan is a great option, but Impact's also a great option too, man. Just AEW.
I think the only problem with Impact going to Impact is the TV distribution. Well, but the
what
TV
you say?
Damn. But the TV distribution or whatever, Impact has got to find a way to get on a network.
But
they need to join AEW.
He won't be watched on WWE. But at least if he go to Impact, he can still wrestle and be relevant. He still won't get seen on TV.
Doing her thing. Trinity's keeping the lights on right now.
Going to Impact though, it's like purgatory though. Like I'm waiting for Trinity to just stop messing around and go to AEW. Like she's doing this little thing on the side.
D-Lo, you can't say that. Impact has brought a lot of people careers back to making them superstars. So it's a good way to get yourself
back,
good
pit stop.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's a good
rest stop to your final
to a real wrestling company.
Yeah. Sorry, I mean, to get back.
Impact does have the best belt out of.
But that's why I say fuck it, go to New Japan, do a tour, and do like a tour over there with them, too. And get your shit going or whatnot. They come on back. I mean, shit. Cody left WWE. He went straight over to goddamn New Japan, and they put him right in Bullet Club. They said welcome.
I just don't think the Dirty Dog has it in him. I agree with I Am a Real American. I don't think that I don't think he has the ambition, the drive, and the spirit left them. They beat it out of him. WWE has beat the shit out of Dolph Ziggler. His spirit. He's be nice. All right, I'll go ahead and talk about the one that I don't want to say stop the internet or anything, but I saw it coming. I thought a lot of us may have seen it coming, but Matt Riddle was finally mercifully cut after begging the WWE to, in my opinion,
once they took him off those promotions, once they pulled him from those promotions, the writing was on the wall. Oh shit!
Right. What's wrong?
Even Riddle. You
all right, franchise?
Even Riddle. God damn.
Have you been changing those the whole show? That's why you're so damn quiet.
Giving it to you.
I am a real American. Fight for your right.
Am I the only one that I understand? Like Matt Riddle had some issues, I guess, backstage. But I kind of want to see him in the Blackpool Combat Club.
No, D-Lo, he's not serious enough.
But they booked him like a weed dude, though.
But that's what he is. That's what he is. That's real life shit.
Didn't he fight in the UFC though?
And that's why he got kicked out.
No, yeah, he did. He was.
I think
he actually Riddle is one of the motherfuckers in the back that can really fuck somebody up. For real. Like,
I guess D'Lo's point is,
but that's why he got kicked.
Fighting skills. He can really beat the shit out of you.
But that's his personality,
bro.
No, but that's his personality. He's like RVD.
Well, I mean,
you don't want to see RVD in the Blackpool Combat Club.
RVD and Riddle.
But what I think what they're trying to say, like, just change, like, rebrand it.
I get it.
It was tired. It was tired.
I just think that's him, though. I don't think you can make him be like that.
He ain't the only person that smoke weed.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
Look at Randy Orton.
Remember how he was at the goddamn shit with Seth Rollins? I'm gonna fuck you up, bro.
Like what we needed.
That motherfucker was.
We need a little bit more of that.
But if he has his entrance music in AEW and he's jumping into the ring, they're not going to be ducks flying out of his feet when he comes into the ring. It's going to be a serious presentation. Like, I think if he goes to AEW, they'll actually use him the way he should be used as like a, I don't know, like a Ken Shamrock type almost.
Man,
with the personality.
If
I mean, you can still keep elements of his broness, but you gotta make him serious. You gotta evolve the character.
No, you have to change that character completely. Like that bro shit. If you want him, like D'Lo said, in the Blackpool Combat Club, which is actual, you can see that with his background, but you have to complete. Bryan Danielson's not gonna have that motherfucker in there talking about some bro. Like Bryan Danielson will kick his fucking head.
But Scott, I think that's what we're saying. What we're saying is that if he goes to AEW and if he did it and he was black, he's not going to be that type of guy. He's going to be.
I get that.
And I know what you mean by that's his character. It's just like
that's him. I'm not saying that's his character. I'm saying that's him as a person. That seems like that's him as a person.
The Matt Riddle character is probably him, but just turned up to 1,000. So I mean, he could turn it down to 100. You know what I'm saying, and still be more in the vein of what like AEW fans probably want. You know what I'm saying, like a more serious Riddle. Like, oh, he can really go. I mean, focus more on the wrestling aspect and tapping people out.
I agree. I agree. So, but like I said, unless there's some serious, because I was reading stuff like apparently he was like, I mean, the airport stuff and like
him getting pegged,
right? And I guess he's dating.
Well, that shouldn't have anything to do with him. Actually, yes. Like the fact that we know that
he went to rehab. The fact that we know rehab too, allegedly. He went to rehab.
No, he did. Yeah,
I don't know if that's allegedly.
Yeah. He's been to rehab, I think, 2 times already.
Like 2 times
already.
Yeah. So there are serious issues there.
That's what I'm saying. Like I can't see. Again, like if it's a complete character change, he's serious. I can see it, but I just don't see it. Like
pause before we go any further. I just want to say this to all the Cowboy fans. Y'all lost to the fucking Cardinals.
Oh, they lost?
Y'all lost to the Cardinals.
Oh, yeah. It just popped up.
Y'all lost to the Cardinals. Don't say nothing to me. That's all. Continue. I'm sorry.
I was hoping they would lose to
Cowgirls.
Back to reality. Stephen A is going to have he's going to have a ball with that.
Back to reality.
Yeah. But, I mean, I can see it, but I see what you're saying too as well. But he has been semi-problematic for over the last 2 years or so, whatever, because
there's 2 companies though, like UFC and WWE. He got kicked out.
He was he got kicked out of there too. No,
UFC.
You're right.
I think he got kicked out of the UFC for not just we. I think like not weed, but also
it was something else too.
Human growth, like hormone, like
HGH,
HGH, or whatever.
I didn't hear it. Wow,
right? HGH, human testosterone stuff, and that
then he had a big breakup with his wife. There was a thing with a porn star,
and he got pegged.
And he got pegged. I mean, he's the modern day Hogan, just embarrassing himself. And
he really took that bro thing serious.
30 years,
like, bro.
There's a lot of stuff, yeah. But like, if he has his head on right, I think he'd be a good addition for AEW.
Yeah. If Riddle didn't hurt his friends and hurt his pride,
hurt his bunhole,
WWE shouldn't have let it slide. I don't know. What do y'all think? Anyway, wow. So out of all the
Riddle
people,
let it slide, all right.
Ew. Wow. Slide right in. God. I mean, that's and the thing is, Riddle, the thing with Riddle, like the talent was there. I mean, I think the vision was there, but he wasn't as protected and over to protect him from like all his bullshit. Like you can kind of be, I mean, like how many DUIs have the Usos gotten? You know what I'm saying? But they're
shoes too, man.
They're Oh, can we please talk about that? That has always bothered me. Like, I mean, having these skimpy shorts on, no shoe. I was like,
kick me in my face with them nasty.
Well, I'll put it like this. This is what that was.
Say nothing about no nasty ass feet.
Nigga, I ain't kick. Did I kick you in the face with them?
Not yet. Nasty bastard.
I think that was just kind of like a tribute to his MMA days with that, because they do wear shorts like that in MMA and they're barefooted and stuff like that. But but that goes back to, if you're going to be, if you want that to be your brand, then you need to be a little bit more. You need to be a little bit more serious. You know what I'm saying?
He looked stupid. He had those little stupid shorts on, and his personality is already like sort of like a comedy.
Randy.
He had his moments. I like the Randy part.
I'll put it like this: the
presentation, it just never worked for me. Never worked.
Like, I know he was trying to go for like the surfers, like the stoner type thing, but it wasn't cool. Like RVD,
it got old quick.
RVD and ECW had
that's how you do
thing. He was the stoner thing, but that shit worked. You know what I'm saying?
But he was so many other things. That was just a small part of his persona. Like he was Mr. RVD. You know what I'm saying?
Like you knew
like 20 gimmicks, and that was just
get a great fucking match with RVD.
Like when that motherfucker used to team with Sabu and they hated each other. He was like, yeah, I know you guys are here to see me, Rob. Oh yeah, you too, Sabu. Yeah, but by the way, like that shit used to be fucking. That shit used to be fucking.
He just said
used to be fucking hilarious as hell or whatever. So like, yeah, but he's gonna find a spot. Like he's another one that I can see AEW or else.
Well, that's what I wanted to say.
Or a new Japan guy.
Out of these guys, we'll focus it on AEW. Who do you think out of all these guys who were released, who do you think would make the biggest impact, if any, or who would have a second chance? I mean, we got Elias, we got
on Collision,
Shelton Benjamin,
Mustafa
Ali, wherever.
I mean, they can't go to.
I forgot. I would say Ali.
Yeah, Ali.
Three of them.
Yeah,
Ali off the top.
Yep.
And then Riddle.
Yeah,
because he likes his little guys anyway, so Ali will fit in great.
No, but Ali can go.
He'll be jobbing out.
That's what I'm saying, D-Lo. Like, Ali can go. That's what I'm saying. He likes his little guys, so that would be perfect.
Yeah, like that's about it. And then probably
you
might probably get Emma go over there too.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Or else she might go back.
Why?
She might go
Can
back.
I ask you a question?
She might
Why
go back
did they
to
hire
Impact.
her? Why did they hire her?
Emma?
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you. Wait a minute. I'm gonna tell you.
Metcalf Moss.
Why do they keep hiring the other chick back too? What was the other chick?
I'm gonna tell you why. Because when she was in Dago WWE the first time, she was on, as you would say, Jason, Hacksaw Jim Duggan Spectrum. For real, I really did think when she was out there doing
she was doing the thing with
she was out there doing that, coming down to the ring, and the fact that you remember, that theme song, she came out. I used to be like, what?
I remember all the slow wrestlers.
That was so bad.
It was like, oh, she's doing the Emma. And then she left and she went to TNA or whatever.
Yeah,
and she went by her real name, and she was like, and she basically went did a cut of promos, like they had me out there looking like a goddamn idiot type stuff. And she was more of a badass, and she did her thing over there. And then when they brought her back, she did a couple of matches, it was cool, but it was like, all right, we got the 4 horsemen. We just need some more people for them to wrestle like every once in a while. It is pushed her to the side. I mean, I honestly, I didn't know she was still in the goddamn company. I'm trying to be real
I remember she was doing that goofy shit with Matt Cap Mosk. That made absolutely no sense. That nobody liked. That never got over.
Engaged?
Yeah, they are. I know they're together. Yeah,
and that's what what's messed up is that they fired both of them.
Yeah,
like, usually you keep one.
That was
right. So one can keep working.
That was a favor to them so that they could go sign somewhere else together.
Oh,
I guess
they did it out of love. Look at Vince or Triple H, whoever's running the fucking company. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, so
I did want to. Do y'all really, honestly, as a baby face, do you think Mustafa Ali in his presentation, being I forget his nationality,
he's Muslim, I think.
Muslim. Yeah. Well, yeah.
That's not the same thing.
Can he get? No, it's not. But I was going to ignore it.
That's his
or delete it later.
Right.
But
it's not the same thing.
But
he's Pakistani and Indian.
Thank you. Your sources are top notch. Sorry, the whole effing show.
It's a little slow on that one. He was like, "No, not religion."
You guys are fucking fired. Do y'all think that Mustafa Ali, because Tony Khan loves his red hot white baby faces, right? Do y'all see Mustafa Ali long term? Like, of course, when he first gets to the company, it's gonna be a big pop. Everybody's gonna be happy. 3 months from the time that he debuts, do you think AEW has the capacity, the fortitude, the attention span to develop Mustafa Ali? And what lane, like, do you think they'll do right by him?
I say here's the thing, Mustafa can go. Y'all remember when he went against Brock Lesnar? We all was like, yeah, for that match over in India, we was like, this shit is gonna be horrible. That was possibly one of the best matches.
You talking about Gunther, right? You talking about Gunther?
Whoever, right. Gunther. We all thought was like, this is about to be a fucking massacre bloodbath. This is gonna be stupid. He proved that he could go not just with small guys, but with big guys, and he's do that. I think that he has a lane that he can get in, but the thing that's going to hurt AEW is with them is their roster is fucking huge right now. It's so many people right now on that roster that some people aren't even being used within the 3 shows or whatever. The 3 shows plus whatever Ring of Honor is.
That's the
Tony
problem,
and them.
man.
Tony had Tony. What Tony Khan has to do is
separate them.
That's what I was about to say, bro.
Oh, go ahead.
The roster, man. He has to find a way.
You didn't eat your vitamins and say your prayers tonight, did you?
He has to find a way to get a goddamn something for. If he wants to keep Ring of Honor around, he has to find a way to find a spot for Ring of Honor where they have a show that's on broadcast or whatever. Even if it's on CW or what the fuck ever, he has to find a spot. You know what I'm saying? Find a spot.
Well, they did before,
for them.
I don't understand. Like, it was a whole open spot at Fox for Smack. Like SmackDown went off it. Like, it's not up there. I would have fucking tried to talk to Fox and try to get Ring of Honor on Fox to fill the spot that SmackDown left.
Fox would probably rather have,
Fox wanted
living single.
No, they wanted wrestling. They wanted wrestling, but WWE was just asking for too much.
Yeah.
They was trying to renew the contract. They was asking for too much. Tony Khan could have slid in there, got Ring of Honor up there, and had that bitch on network TV at a decent time instead of Ring of Honor being on the air at 2:00 in the morning and nobody watching that bitch like it used to be.
Well,
I see AEW on one of the major networks.
Ring of Honor.
Not AEW.
Ring of Honor. Really either one, but especially Ring of Honor. I don't really see them.
I don't see
on
it
NBC, CBS. One of the.
I don't need that. Like, I mean, they could put. You could put
on
them
a
like
whack
on
cable station.
Like on like on Fox stuff, because they used to be because Sinclair Broadcasting used to own them or whatever. So I mean, now there is a door open for this. Now that other news happened,
but that's what Tony specializes in. Forbidden doors.
You did there, brother.
now that
you did there, brother.
Now that
so does Riddle.
now that SmackDown is going to USA, it's a door that's open there. Where if Fox wants to have wrestling up there, they can, for all intents and purposes, tell like Tony, all right, but we lowball their asses where we're gonna bring y'all in to get y'all going, but we don't. Nobody really fucking knows about y'all like that. You got to rebuild this up, and then what Tony needs to do as well is hire someone to be in charge of Ring of Honor. He can still be the money guy, but he has to hire somebody to be in charge of Ring of Honor. They run it. It's just like in the 90s. A lot of people don't know this, but Vince was financing ECW a whole lot during the 90s when Paul Heyman was like, hey, we don't have this money. Vince saw what was going on in ECW. Right, and he was financing. You can still finance, but you hire someone to be in charge of to be the creative, and the booker for, you know what I'm saying, for Ring of Honor. And you can still put your little slight input in if you want to or whatever. And then maybe once a year, twice a year, do a big event where it's ROH versus AEW. You do a cross branch that way.
Or you can have all three of them at Forbidden Door.
What's all three?
Ring of Honor, AEW, and New Japan.
Right, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so right now is the time. If I am the people at AEW, this is where I'm telling Tony, like, hey, let's go try to talk to Fox because they, you know what I'm saying, they're losing SmackDown.
I just don't know if Fox. I think Fox would consider. I don't think they really want hear me out. I don't think they want wrestling. They just want the WWE. Because it's a proven commodity that, you know, they can get other stuff from. They can get hits.
Okay, so dude,
but I don't think they would ever want how the company is now. I don't think they would ever want AEW until it exceeds WWE in ratings.
But it'll be Ring of Honor. It wouldn't be
Ring of Honor. I just don't see them ever wanting them.
I feel like it might exceed WWE in ratings because Fox is everyone's got Fox.
Exactly.
Like, I could see it being a big deal for them. But to answer your question, Jason, about franchise, so Tony Khan and his dad, they're Pakistani. So is Mustafa Ali. So maybe
me.
Yeah, you push him. There's already that connection. He's from Chicago.
Yeah,
you know, so
Brown Brothers Unite,
and they do every other Dynamite in Chicago. So,
oh yeah, he is a big Chicago guy. Hey, he could be a replacement for CM Punk. Yeah, right.
Why you even bring his name up? Come on, man.
This is going to be my last and final point. A lot of people, sources are saying, rumor mill is circulating around that John Cena's opponent, now that AJ Styles is out,
Randy.
No,
CM
Rock? Punk.
Oh hell!
That's the latest one that I hear, and then he'll team up with Cena, and then he'll turn on him, and then you have a heel run. I don't know how true that is. I ain't gonna lie, just for the chaos it will bring, I kind of want to see CM Punk back in WWE because it would just be fucking nuts. It wouldn't last long. And he would end up storming out of the company again. But I think for a good solid 7 months, it would be total fucking chaos.
So you're excited?
I like it.
Wait a minute before we go any further. What injury happened to AJ? Because I can't.
I think it's a fake injury. Like that was the storyline that happened on SmackDown. Yeah, it's just an angle. Yeah, because it's the bloodline.
So
Uso and
you're trying to tell me that you're excited about a 2023 match of John Cena and CM Punk.
These older guys, I mean, they put butts in, that would put butts in seats.
But you're excited about that match.
I'm excited about the chaos. No, not the match. I'm excited about the storyline and all the chaos like around it and the clips and everything. Like I think it would be exciting.
That wouldn't
and shocking that he is.
It wouldn't get him as a heel either. He wasn't a heel when he fought Cena last time. He was trying to be a heel, and they still cheered him. So him turning on Cena ain't gonna get them to boo him. He'll still be that guy.
Cena is having a big resurgence now. So in front of the right crowd, and they book it the right way, which they would. Not long term,
sure?
but
you sure about
that? Nah.
Sure about
Maybe.
that?
I'm being optimistic, but I mean, if they did it the right
Gaithersburg
way, I
Theater
think
is
it would
still
be
going
awesome.
on. I guess. Listen, my whole thing is this. I'm over CM Punk. I am. You know, it's the toxicity for me, man. For real. Like I get it. I know who you. Listen, we know who you are. You had your run when you was, you know, what I'm saying Ring of Honor back in the day. You was great. Also just heard too and seen online that he was problematic as fuck in Ring of Honor as well towards one Kevin Owen back then as Kevin Steen. That's when CM Punk was also like kind of in charge of like booking as well. He was like one of the writers and bookers as well as doing the show. He kept saying that Kevin Steen he was body shaming him. Oh, you're fat. You don't need to be wrestling with no t-shirt on and shit like that. And
wrong.
But hey, you can say what you want, but guess what?
He could fucking go.
He did something that
he still can.
He did something that CM Punk ain't never done twice. Headline WrestleMania.
and still can go better than
did
CM
he
Punk.
headline WrestleMania?
Like Steve Austin.
Yes,
with Austin.
Yeah.
With Austin, and then with the Usos.
Yeah. Yep.
Don't do that, Jason. Jason, don't do that. You
Cody and Seth headline WrestleMania.
The headline is the main event. The headline is the main event. The last match of the show.
That was the last match. Oh yeah, the first night that was the main event. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, I forgot it was the for the first night. I think it was.
Dude, it don't matter what night it was. It was the main event, man. So stop trying to put your little twist on it for the first night. Okay, for the first night.
If you want to say that was a headline, I mean that's
the truth. That's facts.
No, pause. He who loved the Bloodline storyline when Sammy and KO winning the belts for the Usos, you just acting like, well, man, that wasn't no main event, or that was a headline. Was it?
That was billed as.
Oh my God, Jason.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Troll Jason at best right here. We got it.
Not at all.
All right.
They had a slobber knocker. Kevin Owens.
Boy.
All right. Look, here, listen. To get off Jason, give me this 20
and to get off Kevin Owens' nuts. Go.
Oh my God. Shut the fuck up. Give me this 20 seconds right here.
Yes, sir. What kind of raggedy shit is this?
Shut the fuck up.
Whether we're silent or not.
Oh my God. I said give me 20 seconds, you fucking
we can't
bald-headed bastard. All right, look. Pretty much, I always give Nigel McGuinness his due because Collision is my favorite show just because of the commentating team. I get so sick of Excalibur, know-it-all ass. Reminds me of He Whose Name We'll Never Mention on the podcast again, on Dynamite and Rampage all the time. So I love the freshness of Collision with Nigel McGuinness and Kevin, whatever his name is. But I always give Nigel due. Kevin is getting due because he gave a segue, a transition that you could only dream of, Jason. This motherfucker said, he said, you smell that? Smells like money. FTR and Aussie Open. I can't wait. And then he was like, hold on. And then he was like, and now the hot and flexible wife, CJ. That's how you transition. He was like, you know what? I smell money. And then he went to the hot and flexible wife of Miro, CJ Miles. That's how you do a transition. Not your little crazy ass transition that you try to do, racist ass shit that you be doing. Listen to fucking AEW Collision, how they get down up there, and then you come back and you work this whole shit.
Nigga, why don't you do it?
There you go.
Okay.
You don't want me to do it because I'll black your ass out the whole time we up here.
What would that accomplish?
Everything.
Say your prayers and eat your vitamins. Did you want to close us out?
Let me tell you something, brother. I'll body slam the 750-pound Andre the Giant in front of 175,000 people at the Pontiac Silverdome, brother. Make sure you eat my special spaghetti. It's Hulkamania's Hulkamania, brother.
I forgot about the spaghetti.
Yeah, spaghetti.
Yeah, I remember WCW with the
holler at us when the Rock gets spaghetti.
You know what? I'll give you that. He has not had spaghetti. Was it ravioli? Like, was it Chef Boyardee or it was his own brand?
It was spaghetti. It was like a pasta mania.
Why y'all say that last week? That would have won the argument. He had spaghetti. Holy
it was like a restaurant or some shit like that.
I did hear he had a restaurant. Oh, I read something about. Wow, that was a real.
And he was like inside the damn thing, and then people were going nuts. He was like, "Yeah, baby, it's pasta mania."
Pasta mania, man. Pasta mania, brother.
Like we should do a whole show on like wrestler themed restaurant. Remember, WWF at the time had like the New York Times Square. Did y'all ever go there? No. I went there once. It was, you remember they used to have like live
WWF
events.
New York?
WWF
that was Monday
New York.
night. That was Monday Night Heat. That was at the Times Square. I never went, but
yeah,
I know they had like the restaurant and it was like the restaurant and the store and the WWE store was like right beside each other and shit like that.
I think WCW had a restaurant minus Pastamania. Did they ever have a restaurant or? I think it was in a mall or something. I saw Mall of America. Maybe
they just did a show in Mall of America. There wasn't no restaurant.
I don't know.
I'm still upset. I never got a chance to go to Abdullah's Ribs and Chinese food or whatever. So
that was a real thing. That was a real thing.
Yeah, Abdullah the Butcher. Abdullah Butcher in Georgia had it was called Abdullah's Ribs and Chinese because his wife I think is like Chinese or some shit like that, and it was basically. It was like a big ass building, and one side you get your ribs and shit. The other side you got Chinese food, and it was called like, God, what's
bringing the people together?
I heard
shit. There's a music video. There's a music video with the Youngbloods where they're at Abdullah's shit, and he's in the music video.
Yeah, we talked about that one time.
I heard. I don't know if this is true, but I heard every entree came with a pizza cutter, so you just bladed while you ate your ribs and Chinese. Yeah.
Well, shit. Well, John Mosley must have a collection of them shits there. Shit.
He must be the new owner of the restaurant.
Bloody John's pizza pop.
Come on and get the Mox Pox or whatever.
Abdullah scared me as a kid because he had those crazy eyes and his pants were all the way up, and so all you saw were
his nipples.
But you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy?
As a kid.
What's crazy? Another dude in real life who could fuck you up. Like this dude was like a 4th degree black belt in judo or some shit. Like he was a world champion judo. That's why he used to wear like them kind of like judo karate pants and shit. But they said like he was he was like a world champion in judo or some shit like that. But Abdullah scared. Abdullah scared the fuck out of me. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, he bled too goddamn much. I'm gonna leave it just like that.